So don't miss tomorrow, folks. We are going to show off the Unveil by Mike Mancini's American Muscle Car Restorations. Here it is. We're going to show it off tomorrow and have it on video, so don't miss it. Video 2 coming up from the Carlisle Chrysler Nationals 2026. So today is the big unveil day. Show it off. So Instrument Specialties is the booth that we're at. Seen on Graveyard Cars. Restoration services. Dashboards. Plastic re-chroming. Speedometer rebuilds.
Can everyone hear me all right? Okay. All right. Thank you all for coming. We're going to unveil a very special car today. I'm going to talk a little bit about the restoration, and then we've got a couple other people that are going to come up and speak. We have Scott Smith that's going to give a little bit about the history of the car, and we have Paul Rossi that's going to say a few words, Mike Ross, Rob Wolf, and then we'll come back to me. And then we're going to take the car cover off. You guys can look around the car, and then after all that, we'll put it up on the lift a little bit so you can check out the details underneath. So this is the famous Sandland car, the highest option 71 Hemi Cuda that anyone knows was built, and it was exported to the Middle East brand new, and it's got a real fascinating history. And I'm sure anyone that follows these cars have seen some of the period photos of it in its modified state online, and it's been quite the transformation. This car was probably our most difficult and extensive restoration that we've ever done, and possibly the greatest restoration we've ever done. It has incredible amount of new old stock and assembly line parts on it that came from the Steve Giuliano collection, from my personal collection, and then scouring the entire United States to find some of these things. And we're very proud to show it off here today. And I just want to, before we do, I pass this off, I want to say thank you to my incredible staff at American Muscle Car Restorations. That's key in making this whole dream come true. We've got Kurt Johnson over here. He's a fantastic employee. He's instrumental in interior and dashboard department. We've got Dennis Rossi. He's in charge of all of the bodywork and paintwork on this car. And as far as I'm concerned, he's the best body man in the country. And we've got his fine son, Caden Rossi, who's come into the business a few years ago, and he's working currently in the dashboard department, so a lot of this fine dashboard work he's part of as well. And I don't know if they are here, but Greg and Jeff McGovern, I don't know if you're out there, but they are mechanics and assemblers, and they are absolutely fantastic and instrumental in putting this together. Back at the shop, we have our metal guy, Jim Vaughn. He's fantastic. This car had a lot of modifications done over the years, and he was instrumental in putting all the new old stock panels that we put onto this car back in a way that you can't even tell it was done. And we have Ian Smith in the dash department. We have another Rossi, Keith Rossi, who also works in the dashboard department. And we have Rich Bayer. He did a lot of the component work on this car. He's not here today. And am I forgetting someone? Tom Domack, where are you? He's my right-hand man. Anyone that's called Instrument Specialties, let's talk to him. And we have our fine girl, Megan, who handles all the office stuff. So we have a great crew, and that's really important. I have a fantastic team, and that is absolutely what makes a job like this come together. It's everyone pulling the rope in the same direction. Everyone's dedicated to the cause, and we just want to do the absolute very best work that anyone can do anywhere in the world. And we hope that people find the same thing when they look at this car. So I'm going to pass this off now to Scott, and he can give you a little bit of the history and background.
Thanks, Mike. So I'm just like like one of you guys. I'm just a hobbyist. Sorry. I'm just a hobbyist like everybody here. I got my start in the automotive business back when I was a kid. My dad was a third generation Mopar guy, my whole family, my uncle. And I go down to Spring Fling every year and in Van Nuys, California. Well, Julius Stewart's a well-known person in that area of the country. He's got a really nice restoration shop, which he's now sold and moved on to Texas. But he advertised in MCG. So these magazines go all over the world, and one of those made it to Cairo, Egypt. And a gentleman read that Julius did great restorations, and he owned this car. So he reached out to Julius, and he said, "Hey, you think you could restore my Hemi Cuda?" Of course, Julius is like, "Are you kidding me? You have a Hemi Cuda in Cairo, Egypt?" Nobody could believe it. So they made arrangements to get the car brought over here, and Julius shared the story with me, and he kept me in the loop on what was going on. I went down there and helped him receive it off the container. It was really cool to see. It was really rough, but it's real, and it was all there. So they got a quote for the restoration they didn't really care for, and they decided to sell the car. So Julius asked for my assistance in brokering the car, and I put it out there to a few select friends who I knew wanted such cars. And one of those was Ross Erickson, who was a dear friend of mine. And unfortunately, he passed a few years ago. Well, the winning bidder on the car was Dave Saruk in Canada. When Dave bought the car, and he found out that it was difficult to get a car into Canada without a U.S. title. It was held an Egyptian title, so that made it a problem. So he put it in border storage in Washington State, where I live, and he left it there. A couple of years went by. Didn't know what he was going to do with the car yet. Couldn't get title. And then I got a phone call from John Erickson, who's here today, Ross's son, and Alex, his brother. And they said, "You know, I would like to know what car my dad was chasing before he passed away." And it's pretty emotional because Ross and I were close. And I said, "You know, he really wanted this Cuda, really bad. And he lost out on it, and he was upset about it. And Ross was a type A guy, and he got what he wanted, and in this case he didn't." So these gentlemen over here had this car done at the shop that they preferred, which was Mike Mancini, because he'd done all their other cars to OE level. Gold winners at McCacken. And he said, "Dad would have taken it there, we're taking it there. We're going to do it in his honor." So the search began for the parts. The car came to me, we shipped it to Mike, and a short couple of years later, here we have it. It's just a wonderful tribute to their father, who was a great man. So in that, I'm finished with what I need to say. If you want to know the whole story, you can find it in MCG. Rob did a wonderful article on it. All the good details are there. There's stuff on the internet too. So I'll pass the mic to Mr. Paul Rossi. He's a well-known superstock racer from way back.
Way back. Hi everybody, I'm kind of new to this crowd. I'm a factory racer for Mopar, Direct Connection. Goes back to 1963 and all the way up. I'm now representing mothers in my kind of a fall tour. And I was at McCacken, and I'm walking past, I set up my mother's display, polishes and waxes, and I walked past this car and I'm like, whoa, my goodness. And by the time I looked at it, I knew instantly this was the pick of the show for me, because we do a mother's pick of the show. So I put a little card on it, Mike acknowledged that I did that, and this is the first time that I've ever had to fight to be the mother's pick of the show, because another gentleman said, "I'm there." He was walking around trying to make up his mind. It took me 30 seconds to make up my mind. That's how fabulous this car is. And so I've never seen anything restored to its level, and I accommodate Mike, or congratulate Mike. What an outstanding job, and a fantastic car. Family should be very proud of this. This car takes a backseat to nobody. That's my view and Mother's view. And thank you very much for taking time to listen to me today. Bye.
Thank you, Paul.
Oh, you might want to have a Rossi in the engine department. You got so many Rossis here.
We are hiring. Did you see the sign in the corner? We already have 3 Rossis. What's another one?
I'm Mike Ross. I couldn't afford the I. Thanks, Paul. Well said, Scott. Mike asked if I would say a few words because I've been in the restoration business for 25 years. You guys may know me from BE&A Restoration Parts. If you don't, it doesn't matter. But I also have a restoration shop where we restore cars, but not what this guy does. We do a simulated OE rather than the other $150,000 it's going to take to get it to where this car's at. I don't have the talent to do what he does, and I tell him that every time I see him. But the type of work that they do here is by far head and shoulders better than anybody has ever done in the OE world. Now the OE restorations, I mean, we were doing them, we were judging them there at the Mopar Nationals. That was a big deal. Then it started to graduate better and better and better and better and better and better and better, but he was already there. We were always chasing this. So when you're already there, he just goes up one little tiny notch and he's kicking your ass, which is what he does and the type of work that he does. So what else can I say, Mike? I love you like a brother. I'm much older than he is. I've respected this guy ever since I've been in this business, reproducing the parts. And we've done a lot of business together. He gets all my work, when it comes to stickers and anything that he does, I get from him. So, good job, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that very much. Rob Wolf, would you like to come up and say something?
Thank you, Mike. I don't know what I can add to that. I mean, these gentlemen pretty much told the story, other than I think we all owe the appreciation to the family that spent the effort and the money to make this happen. This is no easy thing to do from the shop to the family. So congratulations, guys. Good job.
I absolutely agreed. I owe this restoration, yeah, we could do the work, but it takes a partnership, and that's what I have in the Ericssons, and they really, they went over the top with this car. They tasked me with making it the very best that it could be, and we've accomplished that, and nothing would have happened without you guys, and I'm very grateful for that.
You did a great job, Mike.
Thank you. All right, so without further ado, we'll take the cover off. So there it is, as we said, it's the highest option Hemi Cuda. It's exported to the Middle East from brand new. In 1971, it ran a cross-desert race and won and became a national treasure over there. It had to receive special permission to even come out of the country when it came over to the States. It was so beloved, it became like a local legend and a hero, and they had it in movies. It was particularly in a chase scene in this 1976 Egyptian movie called Face to Face, which was kind of a James Bond ripoff movie, but you can find those clips online. But it's just an amazing car, and the parts on this car, some of them will never be found again, I'm convinced, and it's just a real spectacular visual appearance. It looks like a Hot Wheels, and I hope you'll enjoy it. You can look around it. I'll open the doors up so you can check it out. I'll open the hood, and then after that settles down, I'll put the lift up. We could always repaint it, but I don't know if the owners will go for that. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Thank you so much.
Came from Steve's collection that we were lucky enough to get, and we were holding on to that stuff forever. But really, Mike was holding on to it with hopes that we'd do another car.
Yeah.
And then the parts that we were able to get from there, a lot of them came from Mike's personal collection, and then we sourced some as well. But this was it took a lot of people to get this car done.
Seems like the right car to use special parts on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely worth it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.